Today's session is about figuring out how to be most productive for you in a way that is disciplined, that makes sense, but that's also realistic. So today's topic is part 2 of Everything is Possible, Steps for Success Done with Discipline. We're talking about a story of how we work, a story about how we find balance, a story that we want told about ourselves, and sometimes to recognize the stories we're telling ourselves about how effective we are when we might not be. Like, are you really effective when you don't have balance or order? Are you really effective when you say, yes, I'm really good at multitasking, which has now been scientifically proven is impossible? When we talk about stories, the question for me is, what story are we telling ourselves? What part of the stories are true? What part of the stories aren't true? And which part of the stories do we want to rewrite? So what makes up a good story? Well, first, every story just in and of itself has to have a beginning, a middle, and an end, just like our work days. So I'm going to start to make correlation between our work days and a good story. So a good story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. How it has flow that works. Then when I looked up what are the main important elements in a story, I got the list of 5 things. Has characters, setting, a plot, conflict, and resolution. So a really good, compelling story has characters, setting, plot, conflict, and resolutions. If you have a job that's very flexible, are you organizing your day so you are doing the most intensive work in the times that you are most effective? So if you are a night person and you have a very flexible schedule, are you trying to do the things that suit you best in that time? So there's lots of different ways to look at this, but my first response to all of us is, even if you work a job that is absolutely between structured times, but you are a night owl or a night person, you can still be more effective by using some of your nighttime for things that help prepare you to navigate through the day the next day. All right, so this is our beginning. This is the beginning of our story. Even if you're a night person or a night owl, the beginning of your story for being more productive at work should start with when you're most productive. When we're looking at our days and we're talking about discipline, when I went back to the statement that the main parts of a story consist of characters, setting, plot, conflict, and resolution, as you're trying to plot an effective day for you that can become routine, which leads to discipline, you also need to ask yourself, who are the characters that I must interact with most days?